Oh, do you know how hard it is to find a computer? Lord have mercy. You spent it's like searching for a new author. And by the way, please check out Flashback Mondays and If Then Fridays for suggestions on those. But you spend hours and hours looking, and you know, you're while Amazon has the better prices, it's a little scary because every time I find one that's possible, there's a disclaimer: this item has been returned frequently. Well, that means they're lying. Or you find one that's supposed to be a touchscreen and you'll see it in the comments, not a touchscreen. Or it's supposed to be backlit and you'll see in the comments, even though it says it's backlit, it's not backlit. Or maybe this is wrong or that's wrong or whatever, the titles, the descriptions, whatever. They're false, not saying the truth. So it's been really hard to try and find something. And I mean, I just want, because I've told you, my computer is being held together by a binder clip, and now the back is getting a little wobbly, and that's scary. If the back gets wobbly, I'm done. So, and it's been a couple of months now, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. I really don't have the funds to buy one, but if I can use a card or something. But I want to be able to. I like Amazon's prices, but I don't trust them. Ooh, my book got a scratch. I like to trust them, but I don't know. You know, I want a touchscreen. I want a backlit keyboard. I want my earplug on the left because when you're using the mouse and you get close and your wrist keeps rubbing the earplug and rubbing it drives me batty. I need it on the left. Or the least they could do is put it in the back. They don't need the earplug in the front of the machine. You have earplugs with strings like this. They could put it in the back, but no, they put it in the front. And my other computer, the battery is completely 100% dead. So even you have to reboot it, hard boot each and every time. At least it still works. So that's a good thing there. So anyways, this is the D. Louise book series. It's nice to meet you. I'm Christina, Kristina. This is where we read books and talk about books. No special effects going on here. What you see is what you get. And I ask you to check out Star Trek Next Gen on Fridays, my recaps, my If Then Friday afternoons, and my Flashback Mondays. And of course, my daily book reviews, which this is a daily book review. And we are doing Victoria Thompson's Gaslight series. We are doing James Patterson's Alex Cross series. And we are doing J.R. Ward's The Black Dagger Brotherhood with some other ones thrown in between to break it up. So we have all these different series going on, and today we are ready for the Black Dagger Brotherhood Book 7. And be prepared for spoilers, and more spoilers. Usually when I do a mystery or something that I don't reveal who done it, but I reveal everything else in the book. And as a matter of fact, I do all the characterizations. I read the series for character progression from book to book to book. All those books up there, they're all series, all of them. And I'm a series person. And we're doing this in order. We started with Darius, which was the prequel, and went to Dark Lover, and so forth. And here we are in book 7. So please go check those out. And shoot, this must have happened when I moved it. Darn it. It got a scratchy. You see, it got a scratchy. I always tell people, when you read a hardcover, read the hardcover. When you finish with the hardcover, put the cover back on. That way, the hardcover doesn't get damaged, and you don't spend the whole book shifting the hardcover as you read it. So those are my suggestions for you. Oh, look at this. The Black Dagger Brotherhood language. So we start the book with, this is going to be REHVENGE and EHLENA's book. And as we know, Rev is a sympath, and EHLENA is a nurse at Haver's Clinic, or formerly Haver's Clinic. Well, they've got a new one now since the Lessers have demolished the situation there. And we've got a few surprises. The gang does not know that Lash is a lesser as of yet. They will find out in this book. Wrath has returned to the field to do some fighting, and that will be cut short halfway through this book by him going blind. And he has it out with the scribe virgin, and he meets a new future recurring character, one that you did not see coming. Fury would, because they're so down in brothers in numbers, Fury has returned to the fighting. He was banned from it last book, but they're so desperate that he has to return to the fighting now. And John, Quinn, and Blay are trying to get, the king is a little protective of John, but now that they've all gone through their transitions, they're starting to go back into the fighting. We start the book off with Montrag, son of Rem, is plotting the king's death. The Glamera, the council, don't think that the Brotherhood has done a good enough job of protecting them from the Lessers, since they have lost most of the society in the past couple of months to the Lessers, all because of Lash. And I will still vent about Blaylock, or was it Quinn's family? Quinn's family. That his parents shunned him because he had two different colored eyes. It was not his fault that he was born with two different color eyes. And we just did this whole, if you check out July's, yesterday's Star Trek, there was a non-binary whole planet thing going on there. And it was another one of those things where people can't help how they're born. But so Quinn was born with the two different colored eyes, and his parents shunned him and treated him like absolutely horrible, despicable. And it was like he was an innocent kid. He did nothing wrong. Just because he had two different colored eyes. So you treated his cousin, your nephew, with loving and gave him everything and lavished everything on him. And you know what the cousin did? He came back and killed you all. So there. I didn't feel sorry for the parents at all. They got what they deserved. They shunned their good child and they praised the bad one, and the bad one came back and killed them, and he killed all the Glamera too. Wrath has been working with Butch secretly out in the field, although Vicious has gotten a thing on it, and he's hiding it from his wife. Wrath is hiding it from Beth. And it's not good. So, and then we have EHLENA taking care of her dad, who is quite elderly. We also see two, one has more than a brief appearance, but one has a one-line appearance. And we will be seeing the doctor again. We see him very, 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 very briefly in this book, but he will be a recurring character later on. We also see Butch's friend and partner, Dela Cruz. He's investigating Chrissy's death. Chrissy was she worked at Zero Sum, and they tried to protect her from Grady, but she lied a lot. Oh, I fell down. But they knew she was being beaten. They warned Grady if something happened to Chrissy, they would come for him. Something happened to Chrissy, and Grady was recruited by Lash and the Lessers, and he became a Lesser. But Zex takes care of that situation in the end, and that's when she sees Lash, but she doesn't tell anybody because she doesn't realize no one else knows. So they get a little annoyed with her for not revealing it later on in the book. Revenge deals with his dopamine issues, and he also talks to Wrath about the fact that there's a hit out on him. The Glimera want him gone. They want to be able to rule themselves. They want to govern themselves. And so there's a takeover going there, but Revenge takes care of the situation. And then Revenge is getting treatment for his sympath at the clinics. He's also has quite a few visits with his half-sister. It's a icky situation there. Nobody likes it at all. The people that know about it don't like it. Wrath goes out in the field some more. He ends up confessing to everybody, and then it's put short by another situation. We're getting to deal with Tor. He's dreaming of Wellesley. He goes off again. John gets really upset with him. John, I should really, maybe in the next book I'll list all the brothers. But John Matthew was really close with Tor and Wellesley. They were like secondary parents to him. And when Wellesley died, it was very, very hard on John. And it was harder on Tor because Wellesley was with child. And Tor went off and hid and suffered, and and John suffered just as much. And I guess Tor didn't think about John. He was too busy thinking about himself and feeling sorry for himself. So now the situation has become clearer to Tor that he needs to be there for John. And Lassiter, our new recurring character, the Angel, is like Tor's shadow at this juncture. And he's reminding Tor that it has been a year since his wife has passed away. And isn't it time he sought revenge? And isn't it time he found out who did it? So that's kind of inspiring Tor to move on, to get with it. So we're going to deal with the Glimera. We're going to deal with EHLENA and Rev. We're going to deal with Rev's mom dying, and dealing with Bella, finding out Rev himself gets in a icky situation. I don't think there's too much more. One of the new ongoing gimmicks, or not gimmicks, but little light moments that will continue through the future books. I think they started like in the last book with John, but this will mostly be a Lassiter thing for the next umpteen books. He likes classic TV shows. He likes to watch, in this particular book, he's watching Mary Tyler Moore. He's enjoying Mary with Rhoda. So there's a lot of that stuff going on. So that's about it for the book. Spoiler alert, they discover that one of EHLENA's issues is that she's dead ass broke. The family has zero money, and they because Montrag was killed early in the book, the guy that's in charge of the Glimera bloodlines comes to her and tells her that she has, I wish I wrote on the page, that she has inherited a whole bunch of money. I didn't write the page down, but that she's inherited like millions and billions of dollars. And not only that, but they've inherited a house. And she goes through she has the safecracker come and open the safe, and she discovers that the gentleman she just inherited all that money from was the gentleman that swindled her father. So that's a little bit of a satisfaction for her. We get George. George is going to be the love of everybody's life. But Lash also finds out about the princess, and he has some interesting stuff at the end. So that's basically the book. It took a little longer for me to read. I got involved in it. So it took a couple days on and off, about 10 hours, I guess. But this is I like that we're getting all the character updates, that we're dealing with John and Quinn and Blaylock's situation. This is the beginning of John and Zex's relationship. It will grow over the books. And the Brotherhood coming together. And we're going to get a few new recurring characters, and we're going to see a couple of old recurring characters come back in the next couple books. We're also going to see the Scribe Virgin a little more. Fury has the colony of the Chosen up in upstate New York. We're going to see more of them, and we're going to see more of a brand new character who is also descended from the Scribe Virgin. Unknown to the world, Vicious was not her only child. She had a second child. She had twins. So please hit the like and subscribe and let me know I'm doing a good job. I'm trying my best here, trying to keep all these books straight in my head. And I hope you enjoy this series as much as I do. And I really should, in the next podcast, maybe explain who everybody is. I usually do that with a series. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope one day before Christmas, maybe even longer than that. We'll see how long it takes me to find a computer, but maybe I'll find one. So thank you. Have a good day.